With me is the Ports and the Aviation Minister of Sri Lanka. So, welcome to WION here in Dhaka. My first question to you is when it comes to India Sri Lanka relationship, how do you see the relationship, especially when it comes to the specific sectors of ports and aviation?
Uh, we have excellent relationships with India, and India is helping us a lot, and we are reciprocating. And now recently we started flights from India to our latest airport in Jaffna, Palali Airport, and we are trying to launch a ferry service between Madras and KK's newly constructed port. And so the connectivity is there, and in time to come, there will be more tourists visiting Sri Lanka for religious purpose as well as for the tourism also. So our relationships are excellent, and we are moving forward.
So you mentioned about the ferry service. If you can elaborate on when this ferry service will be launched and how it will be helpful when it comes to people-to-people relationship between the two countries.
We were planning to have start the ferry service on 15th of May this year, but it has just dragged a little bit more. But my latest information is by about the 7th or 8th, a big cruise ship is coming from India, and that will come to the port of Trincomalee and to Colombo and to KKS. So we have somewhat started, but there are a lot of interest over that. And as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, our port is open to them. I have given them a lot of concessions in terms of the port charges, etc. I have waived off port charges for a period of 3 months in order to attract the ferry service.
Ferry service, but you also mentioned about Trincomalee. The role India is playing in the development of Trincomalee. If you can talk about it, if you can elaborate on that.
Really, we have to be mindful about the security of India. India is an emerging nation in the Asian continent. We have very friendly relationship, and India is helping us very much. And therefore, when we talk about Trincomalee, we have to ensure the safety and security of India also. Anything which threatens the safety and security of India, we should not permit. So therefore, we are mindful of that background, and we are working within those parameters.
Within those parameters, but essentially in terms of any update as to how India is providing those crucial investments in terms of development of the port, if you can talk about that, sir.
Yes, India has already, we had the ancient oil tanks put up by the British that time, and we have entered into a joint venture with India for the development of those oil tanks. And now India has come to that area for the development in the renewable energy sector. We have given them land and other facilities. So India will help us in developing the energy sector also. And we have requested Indian and other investors to come to Trincomalee port. That is an industrial port. Already the cement factories are there. Then the Prima factories there. So we want more investment coming into that sector, and especially we export ilmenite, a large quantity from Sri Lanka through the Trincomalee port. But we want to make sure, now we have brought in new legislation, you can't just export raw material, but there must be a value addition there. So we are expecting investors to come and do the value addition near port, and we are amenable to give them the necessary land and the other infrastructure facilities.
So my last question to you is, India has some worries as well. Hambantota is an example of that. What do you have to say about that? Because India has expressed its concerns because there is another country which is involved as well.
No, Hambantota, we want to sell that port. We want to give that. So then we ask the US to take it over. We ask India to take it over. But nobody take it over, and the Chinese took it over. So what can we do? So, but as far as the security of the country and the Indian Ocean is concerned, our agreement is very strong. Navigation and other things are done by us, and it cannot be used as a port for any war or for any defense purposes. It's a commercial port. So, all over the world, the ports are being run by the private sector. If you take India, the Adani Group is controlling number of ports in India. It's a private sector. So, therefore, I don't. It's not a threat to in any form to India. So, because we have to guarantee the security of India, because that is our prime duty as our neighbor, as our big brother is India.
So are you giving assurances on Hambantota that it will not be used for dual purposes, something that India is worried about?
No, our agreement with Chinese are very, very clear. It cannot be used as for war purposes or anything to do with the defense. It is purely a commercial port. They can use it only for the commercial purpose.
But sir, are you worried about the Indian investment, the Adani investment in the eastern terminal port in Colombo, in the other terminals?
Not at all. We have given them. I'm helping them a lot. And I want Adani's terminal to come up very soon, because we are expanding our activities, and the transshipment, we need more space and we need more terminals. Not only that, we are moving into the north of the Colombo port, and we have the North Port Development Project, very ambitious project, for which we are asking the other investors also to come.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. With video journalist Chandrasekhar, Siddhant Sibbal for WION in Dhaka, Bangladesh.